And good morning from Scotty Ray and Candace. How is everyone?
I'm doing all right this morning.
I like the blue. That
Thank
just jumps
you.
out at you.
Thank you. I dressed comfortable today because my feet killed me yesterday all day, and I don't want to wade around in water.
Oh, you ain't got the boot special going on today?
No, I don't. I got my tennis shoes on today, so got
So-
my running shoes on if I need to run.
From a lady's perspective, how big are put earrings is where I'm going here. Hoop earrings. What is the proper size of hoop earrings now?
I mean, a little bigger than this for me. Not any, like, maybe that big. These big, huge hula hoop looking things.
I ran
that
into some of
people
those
wear, I
yesterday.
just don't understand why they want to wear
They were
them.
huge, and I
Yeah.
thought, boy, it's weighing your ear down over there.
I mean, yeah. To me, if it's bigger than a jar lid, you don't need to have it on your ear.
That was good. That was good.
Yeah.
But I am right that is starting to sprinkle out there, is it not?
I mean, women have been wearing big hoop earrings for a long time, but I just think I don't like it, but I mean, nobody asked me, but it just looks kind of hideous when their earrings are humongous.
Well, I'm
on each
with you on
side,
that.
You know, so.
Boy,
To each
boy.
his own.
There you go. And skinny jeans are back if nobody knows that.
I'm tired of skinny jeans.
Sometimes that's all you can find.
I know that's what I said yesterday. I want my boot cut jeans back. I can't hardly find them. Everything's skinny jeans. So
I've always worn Levi, but I'm almost starting to lean toward going to get me some Carhartt blue jeans. I got to do something because I'm down to one pair that doesn't have holes in them. All the rest of them got holes in them, and you just can't go a lot of places with holes in your breeches.
yesterday I saw Carhartts for women jeans.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, they weren't, as
Designer-ish.
Yeah, they weren't as designer looking as some
Flattering,
jeans.
maybe that's the
Flattering,
word we're looking for.
That's the right word. Yeah.
Because those labels are supposed to fit just right on the back side.
Yeah.
Did I word that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But now Levi's, they always fit me really good, and that was my favorite. But
Yeah.
it's just hard to find.
Well,
boot cut
I got
jeans.
caught up. I've always worn the button flies, and you can't find them. And
Yeah.
I don't like buying something I can't try on.
Yeah. I think I had one pair like that one time. That was just too much. That's too much trouble. That's too
Look,
much work.
And I guess I ought to be embarrassed about
Get
this,
that.
but a few years ago I went to the doctor,
Yeah.
and I had a wart on my hand.
Yeah.
And they ended up taking off a little bit too much of my meat than they were supposed to,
Yeah.
and my hand got where I couldn't use it. So I went back for a checkup, and I had on button flies, and I got my doctor's checkup, and they make you whatever. I had to pull
Yeah.
down my britches for whatever reason. I don't remember why, how
Oh,
that dealt with
Lord.
my hand.
Yeah.
But when it got time to go, I couldn't get my pants on, and so I had to ask the nurse nicely if she would come back and help me button my britches, and that was
Yeah.
probably one of the most embarrassing things I've ever had to do because I couldn't use. I mean, the hand was just.
I know,
It was
yeah.
all wrapped up, and you couldn't get the little.
Yeah.
I guess Angie dressed me that morning. I don't remember, but
Use some elastic weights. Pants when you got something like that going on.
I should have wore my old green jogging breeches.
Yeah. Yeah.
But,
Would've been a lot more convenient for you.
There's just something about going to the hospital takes all your humility away there. You ain't got that
Yeah, you
problem
just
no more.
swallow your pride if you going.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah.
They're going to take your britches, everything from you.
Oh goodness. Yeah. That's the truth.
One thing I wanted to start out, I was a big thank you to WMOX Radio. I did an interview with them just a little bit ago, and we talked about the storms that are coming today. And this subject was brought up about the tornado that has hit North Mississippi. And at the time, I didn't have the pictures. Let's show these pictures here of what happened earlier this morning. And this is Calhoun County, Mississippi, North Mississippi, and this is how do you pronounce?
Vardaman. Yeah, I think that's where the sweet potatoes and stuff come from.
Yeah, look at this damage to the school that has happened. This is the elementary school there. Busted out all the windows of the schools, buses.
Thank goodness the kids weren't.
You're right.
It didn't happen when they were in school.
And then look at what
Scary,
maybe
gosh.
that's the gym.
Yeah, that's what it kind of looks like it would be. Yeah, I got up this morning and I briefly heard them say tornado touchdown in Mississippi, and I didn't know where it was, and I looked. I couldn't find where it was. I kept Googling, but goodness.
But this is the damage that was done earlier this morning. If you have not seen the pictures yet, I just shared these on the page to where you could get a good look at what that was about. Mm-hmm. And this is that weather. Now, again, the whole state at most was under a 2. Mm-hmm. So do not let numbers fool you into thinking that nothing can happen is what the whole moral of this story is.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about the other day with a severe thunderstorm warning I mean, at any time, a tornado can pop up.
Right.
You know,
So
That's
y'all look out today. We're going to get into, well, let's just go ahead and do that, and then we'll say some good mornings. Let's talk about weather chances. And again, at any point in time right now, be ready for weather from, what is it? It's 8:30 on through this morning hours. Be ready. The National Weather Service puts this at 9, beginning till about 1 this afternoon. This is the highlighted area here, the yellow, taken in parts of Kemper, Newton. Now, just because you're in this green, was green last night with that tornado hit. Do not let it fool you. So 9 to 1 our area, south of Meridian, 1 to 4 above us through 9 to 10 o'clock is what they were saying. As we move through this, a lot of winds today in the area, gust up to 30, 40 miles an hour here. In the Jackson area, 35 to 45. As we jump across Alabama, y'all have got a lot of this area. This goes all the way to North Carolina.
Oh, good.
Possibility of tornadoes today. So we look at that, Demopolis, York, Alabama, Livingston, y'all are in this. Down south of us, Waynesboro, down in the Wiggins area to the coast, Pensacola. And as we look at this, a lot of rain's going to happen over in the New Orleans area. It won't be in the severe part, but it is light showers there expected around New Orleans. So y'all, if you're in that area, be careful.
I think it's going to turn off cooler too, right?
Oh,
this
yeah.
afternoon.
We're going to get to about 73, 75 today. Did you bring a jacket? What you wearing?
Well,
one?
I think I'm dressed good enough.
Right.
Like,
But
you know.
it's going to hit 73 to 74, and then the temperatures are going to dive to about 53, 55 degrees this afternoon. So you start out, it's kind of stuffy.
Yeah.
It won't be that way long.
That's right. Yeah, I saw that last night, and I, you know, so dress appropriate. Either take
That's correct.
appropriately, take a jacket with you or whatever. Or like me, I'm burning up. No, I'm not burning up, but I mean, I'll probably will be when I get to work. But I'll be comfortable this afternoon. So.
And this is our next concern: as the frost comes towards us, we're going to have several nights that are tonight 36. As we get into Friday morning, we could be somewhere in between 29 and 30 here. Now, north of us there in the Macon area, that's going to be the significant freeze area there. And this is going to hurt your plants.
Yeah, I'm going to have to cover my flowers.
You got to.
You know, just get you some straw. That would probably help. Like if you planted flowers outside and you can put straw over them, I would think that would probably help. Ferns, you might want to bring them in if you can't cover them. So
Ferns they just don't have a chance of making it, do they?
Well, I'm going to put mine in the shed. So, because mine, I just sit them down in the pots. I leave them in the pot they come in.
Right.
And I can just pull them up. And
I think everybody means well with ferns, though. I just see those kick the bucket faster than any other plant around.
Mine do fairly well until like wintertime comes and then they freeze.
Right.
Because by then I just don't even care. By then I'm just like, whatever. I'll get some more later. But yeah.
Anything special happened last night?
No, I don't think so.
You know, and speaking of the weather, again, last night we had 2 tornadoes pop up south of the Meridian area, down the Hattiesburg area that come out of nowhere. And then there was that little scare over in Jasper County there for a moment. One did develop, didn't hurt anything, but did develop.
It didn't really do anything at our house. I mean, other than just like a little sprinkle or something, you know.
Right.
But it really didn't do anything last night.
So pay attention, y'all. This is not a day to go, everything is fine. Last year, I think Easter was around the 12th, if I remember right. We had storms on Easter Sunday last year.
So what are we looking like for Sunday?
Oh, this is always going to be beautiful.
Good. Maybe the kids can do an Easter egg hunt.
Yeah,
different places. And
sunshine and 72 is what it's going to be like hunting Easter eggs this year.
That'd be nice.
I'm
really
telling
nice.
you. Now, it may be muddy.
Yeah.
That's
well,
we're expecting.
Put your rubber boots on, go Easter egg.
Somewhere between 1 to 2 inches of rain today, already on top of this saturated stuff we've got.
Yeah. Well, I did try last night. I tried to cook a new meal.
What'd you go for?
I told Kurt, I was like, I'm going to try something different. He said, oh, Lord.
What was it?
I just baked some chicken breasts, browned them in flour, and then put them in the oven and baked them with garlic butter sauce on them. And then I put them over a bed of egg noodles, garlic butter, egg noodles, and then I made a mushroom Parmesan cheese sauce. Went over
How did it taste?
It was good. It turned out really good.
My young son came home this weekend from college, and me and him were going to whip up some macaroni and cheese. This is just how bad it is that I'm no good at this. How can you mess up macaroni and cheese?
So
Right.
how'd you mess it up?
Put too much water in, the cheese didn't stick to the noodles. We had to eat, me and him had to eat the noodles. We weren't going to throw it away now.
Was it like a instant macaroni?
Yeah, the
and cheese?
Kraft you dump in there and you put
yeah.
the water and then you sprinkle the cheese on it. Put too much water and the cheese didn't stick to it. It went to the bottom of the pan and just had noodles.
Oh.
So we ate them anyway.
Yeah. Well,
But that's bad when you mess that up. I am not a cook.
was it the powdery cheese?
Yeah, that
okay.
stuff.
Yeah.
Is there supposed to be a different kind of cheese you put on it?
No, usually you can just pour the water off though.
We'd done that, and then you went back and added another round of water. Maybe that's where I messed up.
Yeah, you could add a little milk next time instead of water.
know
Just a
all that.
little bit.
That'll
Little bit of
help.
milk. Yeah.
Me and her are going to do a cooking thing one day and do it live so y'all
Yeah.
can see what
It's
really
gonna
goes
be-
on.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's say some good mornings. Elisa Fisher is up today. How are you? Debbie Ferdner. Also, Carol Watson.
Donna Roseman, she said the thunder rolls.
Woo!
Good morning, though.
Also, Pamela Goss, along with, let's see here, good morning to Linda Accord up watching today.
Miss Joyce Godwin, good morning to you.
Yeah, and a super morning to you guys, Joe Collins says. We hadn't had super mentioned in a while.
Yeah.
Ed Marahoff is watching also.
Donna Sue Peebles, excuse me, says good morning to everyone and to have a blessed day. And we hope everybody does have a blessed day.
Liz Mercer is watching, along with hello from Marion. Love and prayers. Boy, we sure need them. Miss Sue Hemingway, sweet as she can be. Also, a good morning to, is that Arena? Miss Arena Bonner, watching from Dillard's. Thank you. We appreciate that. Donna Sue, those are Sunday jeans. They're holy.
I think Miss Arena Bonner was telling me Dillard's might have jeans. Those boot cut jeans. Remember I was talking about earlier?
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, she said.
And let me be.
Miss Linda Culpepper wants boot cut jeans back too.
I didn't realize we still had a Dillard's. I thought that went away. It did not.
No, we still have Dillard's and we still have Belt. I don't know. I have heard rumor that maybe something might change with Belt, but I don't know. I'm not sure.
Okay, Cal White said I needed to try the Wrangler Style 42 from Smith's in Philadelphia, or Penson's in Newton. I didn't know that. See, I don't know as much about Wranglers. I've never wore those. So,
Yeah.
So do y'all like Wrangler?
Look, Wrangler really makes some good looking jeans now for guys, and I'm not sure about women, but the guys, the Wrangler jeans are. I mean, they got some stylish looking jeans, just about like Levi's were.
I got to have a pair, or several pair, because I done got low into wearing camouflage breeches and all kinds of things.
Well, I'm gonna look for me some boot cut jeans because I still got my cowboy boots and I still want to wear them, but I just can't. I'd look like an idiot putting some cowboy boots on over my skinny jeans.
Girl, I've seen it
Put
all.
my jeans down in my cowboy boots.
Look, my neighbor Tyler Fitzgerald wears shorts and cowboy boots. Is all I got to say, and he says that's stylish. I don't see it that way, but Tyler swears it is. Good morning to Sylvia Reef. Did I say that correctly? Is that Reef? Skyla.
I think.
Yeah, it was too far away for me to see. Also, Elmer Talbert is watching, along with Regina Creel. Watching is Miss Susan Hatcher, Linda Culpepper. There, stay safe. Good morning to what's that? Judy Johnson.
Good morning. Carly Mollett. Let's see. She's naming off some people. So.
Bruce is watching. Bruce Aiken.
Brian Guess is good morning, y'all from Philadelphia.
Yeah, we
Good
need
Philly.
those.
Miss Charlene Etheridge. I saw her yesterday.
She behaving?
She is. She's so funny. She's so hilarious.
And Lynn Swain just pointed out, and I thought about it yesterday, but I didn't until just then. If this is it for March, gone.
I know. I cannot believe it's already April. Fixing to be here.
It is Candace Fool. Oh, that means April Fool's Day is tomorrow.
Oh goodness.
You ain't doing tricks, are you?
No, I don't have any practical jokes planned yet.
I remember back in the day when Eddie Smith and Ken Rainey swapped radio stations, and one got on there and they swapped bill. It was funny.
Oh, was
and
it?
Yeah, and it was like, do I know what I'm listening to? That was many, many moons ago. And then Becky done a parade one year. Becky Briggs done a parade live from Quitman. And to hear it, you would have thought there was a big parade going on in Quitman.
Oh, really? But it wasn't.
Yeah, it wasn't a parade going on, but boy, she pulled it off. So thumbs up, Becky Briggs, wherever you are this morning. That was one of the good ones.
She
Yeah.
was funny.
Got a note there from my radar that said a dangerous storm is approaching Macon, Mississippi. We'll go to radar in a few minutes and look at all that. Callie Luke is up watching today. Also, Candace Fuller. Let's see. Sissy McKee is watching. Jason Sharp from Philadelphia.
Les Alexander, good morning to you.
Also, is that Lolita?
Lita Jo Horn.
I'm,
Lita Jo.
I'm afraid I'm going to have to get glasses for long.
Good morning, though. And Galen Bradshaw says good morning.
See, Carol Stamper's up. Read the directions on the macaroni and cheese.
You know how men are about directions. I mean, you know, they ain't going to stop and ask for directions. They ain't going to read the directions on a recipe.
I had pictures, and I thought that would do it. Barbara Vick is watching this morning. Also, Pam Cooper, good morning from the Rose Hill community. Glad y'all are up and joining us. Also, let's see, Regina Creel there. Also, Joyce Poole is watching.
We got a lot of people watching this morning. A lot of
we
people
appreciate
probably wondering
y'all.
about the weather, too. Know, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Linda Warren, let's see, Candy, is that Wilder?
I think so.
Yeah, good morning from Vossburg, Mississippi.
All right. And Jason Sharp says, Scotty Ray, it's Laura Ann's birthday today.
Well, Laura Ann, happy birthday to you.
Oh, yes, happy birthday.
Jason better take you out and feed you good and give you a good present. That's all I got to say about all that. See, Linda Calvert is watching. Patricia Boswell, Scott Churlo. What age is it fits style called style? I'm at the age where fits is what is called style.
If it fits.
It's style. Not so much on to what everybody else has.
Well, yeah. I mean,
I agree with that.
Look,
now.
I'm at the age where I just want to be comfortable. So.
Y'all remember, and this would probably be the best choice. Remember those old guys that used to wear those jumpsuits with the zip-up thing? I get it now.
Look, I got so tickled yesterday. My customer was telling me about some jeans. We were talking about jeans, and she said, she's probably watching. I know she is. But she's talking about her jeans. She said, girl, I got in the dressing room, and I got in them jeans. And she said, and you know how when you pull them up, all the fat just rises to your head. And she said, then when you let your breath out, it just goes down and sticks all out. She said, I said, go get the scissors and get them back in here to the dressing room because I'm going to have to cut these jeans off. Go get the receipt and get me the scissors because I'm going to have to cut myself out of them. But she is hilarious.
And so at what age is it? It may not even be age, but you know the Al Bundy mood when you sit down on the couch? You gotta undo that top button to watch TV now, don't you?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know, you can't breathe if you eat too much.
Ooh,
Thanksgiving.
I know. Let's see, Charlene Gaddy is also watching. Linda Jane said that March is going out like a lion. Michelle Addy watching from Decatur, Mississippi. Also Lance, is that right? No, that's Laurie. Laurie Pierce is watching from Decatur.
Yes. Williamsville in Philadelphia is the best place to get jeans, is what Jeff Barrett says. And
Miss Gail Gafford said we're the best road-by-road weather station there is. Love y'all. Thank you. Williamsville.
Miss Carol Stamper says she's got a niece in Jackson and a nephew in Tuscaloosa watching.
Well, thank y'all. We appreciate that.
Yes, good morning to y'all.
All right, let's look at radar to make sure that nothing has jumped up and nobody is in danger at this point. Let's pull this up and let's go over a few things. If my mouse, I'm going to have to move into the 21st century to get one of those with the balls. All right, let's pull up radar now and show you where we are this morning. Here's Meridian, Mississippi. This is Macon, Mississippi in these areas. Let's turn on locations. We've got Winston County, Louisville getting poured on right now. Now, let's make sure that there's no warnings in the state of Mississippi before we start going about this. None there, absolutely none. The entire state is no warnings whatsoever right now, so that's good. We had this line of showers that's moving in from the Louisiana side. Northern part here, all right, we go into Neshoba County here. Light rain here, not anything bad going on. Carthage area, north of you there as we zoom in. Let's zoom in here and take a look here at the Carthage area. This is going to be Walmart here, the super center there in Carthage. North of this, Highway 25, if you're going to be traveling that out of Carthage up to Louisville, be careful. It's flooding in these areas. Look at all of that. Kosciuszko southeast of there. All right, as we move into Noxapater, look at this.
Goodness. Yeah.
This storm is just due east of Noxapater. Let's look where it's headed here. Let me turn this on so we can name some other towns. Meshulaville, this storm will be with you in 22 minutes. May Springs in 24 minutes. Sugarlock Y'all be ready in 36 minutes. This will be there. Prairie Point within about an hour. Now, this is just a little thunder boomer. There's no warnings with it, but as you can see, warning or no warning, it's a lot of rain. Look at downtown Louisville, y'all.
Goodness, it's surrounded by.
Yeah. It starts here at the J&S food store, and you follow this up to Lake Teocata. Look at all that rain. Walmart there, over at Winston Academy, and this is up here at the jail. It lightens up a little bit there at the prison, but Highway 14 downtown Louisville, the further east you go toward Macon, Mississippi, look at this. And this is going to be there at that Crystal Ridge Road, pouring all the way across 14, virtually all the way to downtown Macon, Mississippi. And we've got another storm that is sitting right on Highway 45. And let's look at where it's headed there in Noxubee County. Prairie Point, 20 minutes. Now, this is about that area. You remember last week, that
that's
tornado?
what I was going to say. It's the same area that it kind of went through last week when it was around, what was the Prairie Point? And,
Cookeville, Alabama, right there at the line, the Rooster.
Yeah.
This is where that's headed. We got two storms now right on top of each other, back to back, that are headed in that direction. So if you're east of Macon, y'all be ready because this system is coming your way. Along with this down here at Noxapater, look at that. Noxubee County, you're going to be getting wet. As we move down, let's look at Neshoba County. Not much going on, not much yet there in Kemper. As we go into Lauderdale County, rain-free. We do have over here on the edge of Alabama there a flash flood watch for all those folks around Cuba, York, Livingston. There's not one listed yet for Mississippi. It could be later. As we go back over, let's look at Jackson. Some light showers there just north of there, I-55, if you're up through there, Lakeland Drive. As we go further up, Canton, Mississippi, that's the leading edges of all this stuff that's up there.
This storm's going to kind of drop down,
Yeah,
right? Instead of, a lot of times they go north, like.
Yeah, northeast.
Yeah.
So we got more storms that are going to be affecting that are coming across here now, back building. So, it's not over yet. We've got a long day. Our timeline is from now until about 1:30 is what I would put it. The National Weather Service put it at 1, but let's go ahead and give that another 30 minutes for here.
Yeah.
I don't want to discount anything that's going to happen later on today. Could be serious. We'll break in all day during the day to let you know what happens and to get your curlers and run if you got to.
No school closings or anything
No.
that we know of. No.
It did not reach that level of the panic button. But still lots going on with it. So we'll watch it there all throughout today and let you know exactly what's going to happen.
When I say school closing, I mean Lauderdale County is a virtual day anyway today.
Right, which is
Wednesday.
good.
Yeah, it is good.
So that's every Wednesday?
I think so far it's been every Wednesday, unless they change something due to a holiday or something like that. But
I got so lost in the different days this year with all of this, and I apologize for that.
Well, it's been a crazy year. Just things changing all the time, and
Right.
it's kind of like you've been juggling everything all year long.
Mm-hmm. Now, I teased this earlier. We brought this story yesterday about the lady that was beat up in New York going to church by the guy, and the two security guards done nothing. We start off with the story of those two security guards. They're now on suspension because of what they did. Because what? They did nothing.
Yeah. They should be fired.
Yeah, to me, you're low life if you stand by and let a lady get hit and you do nothing.
Well, how good of a security guard are you when you do nothing? I mean, that's your job.
You certainly are no gentleman if you do that.
Right.
That's just bottom line. As we jump to the rest of this story, he has been apprehended, this guy has. And look at this. He is out on parole for murdering his mama. Does this guy have a problem with women?
Why are you out on parole?
Yeah.
If you murdered your mom, why are you
How do you
on
make parole?
Right. That's the times we're living in. So,
Yeah, it is. There he is right there. He's behind bars this morning. I don't have a picture of the mug shot yet. They hadn't released that. But it just horrible. This was a different video they took of it from a different angle, somebody outside. And yet again, and I say this, videos are great to have, but let's talk about people that will video somebody getting beat instead of jumping in and helping.
Right.
Are you after fame to show it first? Is that it?
Well, a lot of times, too, you'll see this with teenagers. Like, you'll see teenagers videoing stuff, not just teenagers. I mean, it's everybody, included. But a lot of times you'll see this, like if teenagers get in a fight and they're going to video it. I think that's just horrible. They ought to be helping whoever's
I agree.
The beating. I mean, that's horrible. So.
Somebody posted about Easter, Good Friday, Lauderdale County, Lawanda posted that they're going to be closed Friday for Good Friday. They're out. Yeah. Same thing next week. They'll be out Monday and school the rest of the week. So that's the schedule. They get 2 days now for Easter, I guess.
Yeah, and I think Lamar gets out at 11:30 tomorrow, or 11, 11:15, and 11:30. The high school, middle school, elementary, and then they're off Friday and Monday also. So.
And if your school does something different with the holiday coming up, post that so we can share that with everybody. If your school is doing it, if you got an academy somewhere that in the county school that does it a little bit different. We found this out this morning as a kid. Now, I was a teeny weeny little kid, but I can remember not being able to watch anything on television because it was on every night, as we go back to the Watergate days.
Yeah.
But the former FBI agent, G. Gordon Liddy, has passed away at the age of 90. So, and of course, it led to Nixon resigning there. But that's he done a bunch of talk shows. He was on Fox News a lot through the years. But he has passed away at the age of 90 now.
Goodness.
Boy. And it's a great life to make it tonight. And I guess if you're 89, 90, you're thinking, that ain't so long. Because that limit, as you get older, you think, wow, I'm not ready to go just yet.
I know. I hope I can live a long, full life.
Full life is the way to put that.
A full life.
Boy, it'd be rough. There was a lady, and I think about her often, that I used to work with. She was in her 50s, and she had a stroke, and she is now in a nursing home, and all she can do is blink her eyes. The stroke paralyzed her. And can you imagine?
It is sad.
Full mind, knows everything that is going on. She can't talk. She can blink her eyes if you go talk to her. And that's just...
My grandmother, my mama is what, my mother's mother, she had a major stroke. It was kind of like she had dementia up until, we thought she's forgetting stuff, or she'd remember stuff from a long time ago thinking it was in the present.
Right.
So she had signs of dementia and maybe Alzheimer's. She was not diagnosed with that, but then she had a major stroke that took her speech, and she couldn't walk, and she was in a nursing home. But she knew what I was saying. I'd joke around with her, and she'd try to laugh. So I knew she knew what was going on, but it was sad to me, And
the bottom line, what we're saying is, enjoy what you have, because you don't really realize how blessed you are, and that could happen to you in the blink of an eye. Mm-hmm. So live each day the fullest that you can, because it can be taken away from you.
And I will say this too, because I don't know. I mean, I'm not in the medical field, and I'm not around people. And I think, I don't know, some people don't have the compassion.
I see what you're saying.
Even that are in the medical field, some people lack compassion. But everyday people lack compassion too. So I kind of got aggravated because I knew that she knew what was going on. And, some people just don't respect. Some people think when people are like that they have no...
no thoughts.
They don't know us. I ain't worried.
They know exactly what's going on.
They know, and they still deserve the utmost respect and attention and everything.
I've even heard that if you're in a coma, you're really aware of what's going on. You can't respond, but you do hear it.
When my grandfather passed away, he had cancer, and even though it looked like he was not alert, but they said, he can hear you. So he can hear you. They can hear, they say, to the last breath. So just watch, be respectful. That's all I'm saying. I'm going
to turn this camera on. I don't think I'm going to be able to grab this, but what is to the right of me and Candace in the studio right now, I'm not sure that this other camera will pick it up.
You want me to get it off of there?
Can you reach it?
Let me see.
See if you can reach it.
So funny.
It's hilarious what's going on in the studio right now. Can y'all see this? She's taking her a snooze in the studio right now with us, all four up in the air. I thought that was hilarious.
She's like doing this.
She almost looks stiff. But
so sweet. She's been in such a sad mood since JJ passed away.
Yeah, she ain't been herself yet. She'll come up and just put her head in there and look at you. Yeah. She used to love just terrorizing and making his life miserable.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I thought the dog was just majorly hyper.
Yeah.
But
she enjoyed chasing that old boy. Whoa.
Look, she's stretching now. Got to reposition her head.
Milton Savell said that people don't understand unless they've been put into a situation of not being able to walk and talk. They don't understand that.
That's right.
Kim Valking watching from Quitman. Thank you. All right, as we go to our next story, this, I can't imagine that they would even suggest this. Number one, they're rescue dogs. They're trying, and you never know. The President of the United States, whoever he may be, there's a lot of people around it. If you're at the White House, a lot of attention, security guards, and there's always a spotlight on it. But they're calling for these poor puppy dogs to be put down because they've snipped at a couple of people. They hadn't hurt anyone, Major, the dog. But
I wouldn't put it down. It looks like a police dog. Send it off for training and let it be a police dog.
But you think of all the lights and the security, and dogs like peaceful things.
Well, and two, it was rescue dogs, so you don't know really what they went through before they went to the rescue. I mean, before they got rescued. Excuse me.
Okay, that's kind of funny. I don't care who you are. But, I don't agree that that dog should be put down because it nipped at somebody. No, and again, no one was hurt. It is. What is Joe up to? Well, he's getting ready to raise your taxes, if you hadn't heard about this yet. $3 trillion is a tax hike that is expected. If you earn more than $400K. There's another news story that breaks it down a lot better that I got tied up and didn't get back to. But taxes are going up. Businesses, if I remember, are going to be hit from 7% to like 19%.
Oh, and married couples. That's nice.
Yeah. You think y'all need a divorce for a little while for the next 3 years and then get back together?
No. Goodness.
As sad as this sounds, to be able to live the older you get, and I've heard of this, to where people back in the day who couldn't afford to actually live had to divorce so they get their checks different. Because you got less if you were married. I'm not saying do this by any means, but I knew of people that had to do it to survive, to get by, to be able to afford groceries. That's just one of the things that's happening out there. Also, what else is it? Ain't got a chance. Let me just go ahead and say this.
Yeah, I would not even put the money into doing that if I were him.
But it's looking like Pence is considering a run for 2024.
Well, it kind of makes you wonder. Like, who's going to back that?
Yeah. Especially as we looked at the interview that came out. Let me see if I can find that. I got it somewhere here. It's on down the...
Because it just kind of seemed like the Democrats were siding with him.
Right.
Against Trump.
But
when all the Capitol stuff happened,
As you look at this, he gives that first big hint of, maybe coming back. He done an interview, and you were telling me, I didn't realize it, they got taken down?
Yeah, I was watching on Fox News, they were talking this morning on the morning show about, she had posted something to Instagram about it. It was a video of her saying, that she was going to have a special guest on, and then it was let be known that it was Trump, and anyway, they cut it because they knew it was for Trump, and they would not allow him talking, anything that had to do with Trump, his voice, anything, they cut it.
That's not right.
And Facebook cut it, and the Instagram, they cut it from there, and
So Trump's still thinking. Pence, the other 19 or 30 people that think they, including, what's the lady that was the foreign minister to South Carolina governor.
Right.
I'm blanking. She went on to become, it'll hit me in a minute. But she ain't got a chance either.
Yeah. Well, going to this, the illegal aliens are coming in, from the border. Yesterday, I was looking up some stuff, and there is in the Constitution, there's things against that. I mean, I'm going to have to look up on it a little bit more, but there's penalties and stuff for enticing, encouraging illegal aliens to come to the United States against laws that we have.
I didn't know that.
There is. There's penalties, 10 years in prison. There is. I mean, they're calling for. Some people are wanting him impeached, and people around him. I mean, they're wanting that. Not that would happen.
Yeah, I don't believe it either.
But there's charges for these things. I mean, there is things against it. So I'm gonna look on a little bit more. It was Article 8. Let's see. No, it says Title 8. I guess in the United States Constitution. And it reads that it's against, domestic transportation of unauthorized aliens, aiding and abetting any of the acts of bringing them into the United States, housing them. And then there's other also penalties. If these aliens commit crimes like murder or stuff like that, you can be held accountable for it. So I don't know if they're looking stuff like that up and they're going to put that into play. I don't know. I just know it is a crisis. And for all these people to keep saying it's not a crisis.
It is.
AOC was on there saying this is not a crisis. They're not, it's not a surge of people.
Isn't this the same people that a few years ago were saying that he was abusing children down there?
Right, it is. She was on there talking about how the conditions were horrible when Trump was in office. And they've only gotten three times worse, but I just don't understand how people just keep overlooking it, just because they are who they are, they're overlooking it.
It's a serious situation. And I read an article about a lady that lives, her land is within 50 miles of the border. And she says nonstop, and this is scary, y'all. You think about being in your yard and 10 or 12 illegals come up and they want something to drink. You're still compassionate no matter who a person is, but you could be robbed, you could be raped, you could be murdered by these people. We don't know who they are. That just come across freely.
That's right. Well, they say 1 in 3 women are sexually assaulted on their way here. 1 in 3.
And it can happen to Americans once they reach here also. Don't underestimate that.
Well, that's right. Do we not have enough sex trafficking in the United States going on that we have to be concerned about? Now we're bringing thousands and thousands of other people in who could be potential and who they have said are potential sex traffickers, I just don't understand it. I mean, it's just like, plus the pandemic thing could ramp back up again.
What I did not know, Nikki Haley is who the governor was that I couldn't think of just a moment ago. Thank you to Lynn Stewart for saying that. LaWanda also did too. But I did a job years ago down by the border near Laredo, Texas. I did not know, but all throughout the desert, the Border Patrol has cameras set up that are live, that it blends in with the background, and they send pictures to them to where illegals are. And you'd be on a job, and you'd see them come through, and about 20 minutes later, here come the cops, following them. But I didn't know that we had that stuff put out in those deserts everywhere, and it is that way.
Well, I think it's crazy that all these senators went down there and were not able to, not crazy that they went. I'm glad they did, and they voiced their opinions about what they saw. But they made sure they told them, you cannot share pictures you've seen, you've taken, because they're hiding it. They're hiding it. There's conditions. They said that there so many people in these things. We've talked about it. And it's an awful thing. And it's obvious it's a cover up. I mean, it's obvious. When you tell people you can't take pictures and you can't share those pictures with anybody, and, I'd be sharing the heck out of it.
And I'm sure you would. Ain't nothing stopping Candace.
I hope. You know what? Send it to me. I share it.
Right up until Facebook and all those other people take it down because you did it.
Yeah, they will.
And go off to naughty jail. It's what they call it.
I'm real. Anyway,
you scared. I can see it over there. Well, as we go into this weather day, we talk about protecting yourself. And an extra way to protect that, this is made right here in the Meridian area, the Precast Group. They're local. They build all these tornado shelters right here in Meridian. If you want detailed, you want to go out and look how something's made, they can show you this, show you the finished product, and this is where we do it and how we do it here. 6261 Highway 145 South is where it is. These weigh about 20,000 pounds. Why do I bring up weight? Well, it's kind of hard to move 20,000 pounds. It's secured to the ground, and they're tough. They'll deliver it out on a truck just like this, set it up, starting at around $4,600. A great deal for you for peace of mind. Now, if you're building your home, they can put this bad boy in, make it a closet. You can put it in the center of your home, anywhere you want to, as you're designing your house as it's being built, and it'll be there. And that is some kind of protection that you just can't beat. Yeah. Here's one that's set up outside like that unit there. These are the above ground. Great doors. The doors and all are built there as well. Taken and tested at all the tornado shelters, this stuff is. It's not just something that was put up. Here's one that's set up there for workers. As we go through, we move into the models that are underground. You can have it built any way you like. Here's one that's totally in the curb there. Here's another one that's above. Another look at how it can be done for you outside there. Neat.
It is.
The precast group. If you need a tornado shelter, talk to them today at a local call, 482-333-0003. I talked to somebody the other day and I said double alt, and it was a pause, and they had no idea what I was talking about.
Yeah.
I'm like, you ain't never hunted, have you?
Goodness.
But
yeah, give them a call because that'll give you peace of mind.
Ooh,
and
and
all this crazy storms we're having and everything. But
that even works when you get into all this. When we get into the bad stuff that comes in during the summer from these hurricanes, trees fall on houses. It protects you from all of that. Yeah. They ruled yesterday when it comes to Trump that he can be sued for defamation by the Apprentice contestant. I don't think there's much to this, but she's trying to cause a name for herself. What all this does, and that's who she is, it's a group that anything that can keep Trump's name in a bad light in the media for the next 2 years, they're going to.
Yeah.
So don't let any of this worry you. If you're a Trump supporter and you think Trump is great, you're going to see a lot of bad things. Why? They just want to ruin his image.
Yeah.
So just take things with a grain of salt in between now and then of what they are. But did you see this yesterday?
What?
Visit his website. He is for hire.
Okay.
If you want to have him come speak, him and Melania, how do you say it?
Melania.
That name there?
Yeah.
You can book them and they can come. Now, I don't know about Trump's price. I haven't looked at the price here.
How much
Most, like Bill Clinton, is $150,000 is what he charges. I remember when I was trying to book Mike Rowe for an event, the lady kept saying, "You don't want Mike." I said, "Well, how do you know I don't want Mike?" And me and her went back and forth for weeks. Yeah. But she says, "You can hire a president cheaper than I could hire Mike." Mike's real big of he doesn't want anybody to be charged to see him. So if you book Mike, it has to be free to the public. Anybody can come listen to him. A great I like Mike Rowe. And he only does like 9 events a year.
Yeah.
He limits it. And what a great story that guy's got.
I mean, he doesn't charge anything?
Oh, yeah, he charges whoever books it. But,
but
whoever
then
books the show, that you cannot charge to get into it.
So you won't be getting your money back.
That's correct. It's a free show to come Mike.
Right.
To come see old Mike. And it's corporations mostly.
Okay. Do you know what I heard this morning? I heard that the MyPillow guy, Mike Lindell, he has on his MyPillow site, he's got a thing called My Store. It is kind of like Amazon.
You're kidding.
You can go order stuff on it and said that there's thousands of things you can order
directly through him instead of having to go.
Right. He has his own site similar to Amazon.
That's good.
Yeah.
I like Mike.
It's called My Store.
Yeah, I read some other headline, but I'm not. I don't know it well enough to repeat it, so I'll wait till I go back and look that up.
Yeah, I mean he's a little different.
Yeah.
But if you want an alternate option, I guess, or another option for ordering, then you know.
But talk about a rags to riches story of a guy that was abusing drugs, got saved, and turned his life. And God bless that man.
Yeah, and I mean he has done a lot to try to help the conservative side.
He has.
So.
Lindsey Graham's been on a roll this week up in Washington, and he's one of those that'll just call it out the way it is. And
it is a cover-up.
It is. That's what he's calling it down at the border there. Lindsey ain't scared of none of them because he got reelected.
I like him. I like that he speaks his mind and he ain't worried about what they think.
Now, I have to say that when he was running for re-election, he had that worried look a couple of times because he went on, what was it, Sean Hannity's show and was needing cash to buy ads. And he had a very serious, I could lose look if you don't help me.
Right.
And the folks did help him.
That's good.
Let's see here. What are some more stories this morning? Judges are going in. They're naming them. And these are the first ones that Biden has put in, 11 of them, nominees, including the first Muslim district judge, 3 black ladies, and the first Asian-American woman to the D.C. Federal District Court. These are the folks that he's put in. Let's hope that they're good folks. I don't know much about them, hadn't read about them, but they've got them in.
I just wonder how much actual input Biden has because, I mean, when you don't even know.
I think you made a good point.
You know, you don't know basic stuff from every day because you don't seem like you're cognitively there. How are you at making major decisions on things like executive orders and stuff? So I hope that he does have,
I think
the input on this
most
stuff.
Americans, like you're thinking, whether you're Democrat or Republican, are probably aware that other people write it and say, Joe, this is what we're going to do today.
Yeah.
And I
you
think
want to know the president's running the show, not the people around him. You know what I'm saying? And you feel, I get the feeling there's a lot of other people running it.
I think so too.
I don't know. So we just hope. We hope for the best for this country is basically what we're saying.
It's called politics.
That everybody has a hand in choosing the right people. So
yeah, the only way to fix this is voting, and that's the way it's going on. The George Floyd trial is underway, and as you go through this is the defense side of what they're saying. It was right before this went down. And do you say that? How do you say that word?
Percocets.
Percocets. I've never said that before. But they say he popped a couple there.
Is that like pain? I'm not even up on my drugs or anything. But is that like pain medicine? I guess it
must be.
Okay.
What they're saying, the defense is saying that's what he died was from drug use, and he had heart problems mixed with that, and all of it together caused it.
Yeah, from what I heard, this guy was talking the other day. He said that when he was pulled over, right before the police come up, or right when they did come up, he popped them in his mouth and I guess swallowed them to get rid of them. Is basically what the defense saw, the guy say, So who knows? I mean, I don't know how you determine. It wasn't right what the cop did.
Absolutely
it was
not
right at all. So.
And that's him. He's sitting there.
I'm not minimizing what happened. I'm not trying to do that, but I guess that is the defense's side, though. Yeah. That maybe the drugs aided in his death instead of the.
At the end of this, I don't see that working.
Right.
I think he's going to be convicted.
It could have been a combination of everything, but the bottom line is the cop shouldn't have been on his neck.
That's right. He should not.
It's like somebody said the other day, you wanted to apprehend somebody, if you wanted to make them I think it was Sean Hannity, because he does I don't know, some kind of karate or something he does every day, he said. He said you can take somebody's hand and do something with their fingers and make them go to the ground. I mean, you don't have to be on their main artery of their neck. So anyway,
I just got my phone just let me know that there was a storm headed toward. And let's take a quick look at this before we go on to the next stories. Near Sugar Lock, Noxubee County is starting to see some action as we go to radar here. We've got two storms, one coming out of Winston County, moving in to Noxubee County there. And let's look at these locations if you're in here. Again, no warnings issued with this, but this is some heavy downpour. That's going to be Fern Springs, Meshulaville, May Springs within 20 minutes. Macedonia and Macon will get this storm within half an hour and then make it over to Prairie Point within the next 40 minutes. So it's coming across there. Y'all be ready. These areas right through here. Let's get this out of the way where you can see and turn on locations as we come out of the Winston County area. This is going to come right below the Macon line right there. All of these areas here, as you zoom in on this area right here, Highway 490, this 490 road, and you zoom in a little bit closer through here, all of this area here, heavy, heavy downpour. So let me update that to make sure I've got the absolute latest with the thunderstorms that are going on there. So Noxubee County, just be aware that there's a lot of rain in the area there. Again, no thunderstorm warnings, but it is rain there. And that's going to be Richards Road is where that is there in Noxubee County, and that's southwest of where Macon is. Okay. So there we go. We'll watch this closely in the background as we go along this morning to make sure you've got two storms approaching. One that's already there. This is just below Highway 514. Near the Flatwoods Road. If you live in that area, you've got a storm on you there. Again, no warning, but it is a lot of rain on there, and it'll feel just the same.
Belinda Adkins says it's raining hard in Philadelphia on Highway 485.
Yep. As we look at Philadelphia there, a lot of rain there also. This northwest corner of Neshoba County is pouring rain, and this is all these storms that are moving in there. This is going to be out at Arlington. Look at that. North of Pearl River, and then we go right over here at the Exxon building there at Edinburgh, all points, north to the county line, heavy rain. And let's just glance a little bit of rain here in Kemper County, Highway 16 as you're coming out, and between there and Highway 397, headed toward the Kemper Lake area. As we back out, Lauderdale still looks good. Nothing going on in Newton County. It's all in the northern part of the state, Carthage, and southwestern Winston County getting this. Now, if it turns bad, we'll jump back on this to let you know what's happening there. So be careful in those areas. Heads up and watch it. Let's see here. Colorado. I do not get the TikTok movement, but a lot of people feel, I guess it started out with everybody being kind of like the copycat. Remember the water challenge? Where, and people
the cinnamon challenge, the pepper.
Right.
Remember the hot pepper challenge? That was dangerous, I thought.
And then along come TikTok, which took stunts to a different level. Remember the lady who licked all the toilets and got the coronavirus? Why you want to lick a toilet seat? I had no idea.
Right.
We got a word for that in the Deep South. It's called, you're a freak.
Yeah, or ignorant.
Yeah. But as we look at this, is just sad of what can happen. A 12-year-old boy is left brain dead this morning because he was trying to choke himself with a blackout challenge with shoelaces.
Then why don't
Brain
they
dead.
ban stuff like that? Why don't they go and take stuff like that off? Ban it.
Yeah, instead of worrying about somebody said Trump is a great president.
Right.
Focus on something that matters. But 12 years old. Here's the family there, and you know that they're sad. Brain dead. Odds of you coming back from that are slim to none.
Well, I'm sure he thought, I'll just pass out now. Come right back. You don't play around with stuff like that.
No, you don't.
Anything that cuts off your circulation, stay away from that. I was even concerned about the ice bucket challenge when everybody was doing that, because you change the temperature of your body just like that. It could cause somebody, I would think, to have like a heart attack.
I don't remember if it was Columbo or one of those shows I watched. Maybe not Columbo, but it was some detective show. But maybe it was, what was the show that was CSI? I'm not trying to go down a subject that I don't need to, but there's some weird things that people do in private in the moment of passion where they choke one another, where they pass out during
That's freaky.
During emotions, or what's the word I'm looking for? Can't help me here, girl.
I don't know.
'Cause I'm backed into a corner and I don't know what to call it.
I don't know.
Passion,
I guess.
kissing, and they want to choke one another, and it'll kill you.
Yeah, uncontrollable passion.
There you go.
Yeah, craziness is what I call it.
Oh, maybe it's better we name it after the Carol O'Connor show, In the Heat of the Night.
Yeah.
But that stuff like that's freaky and will kill you. So stop it.
Don't be stupid. Really.
Yeah.
I could go. I'm going to stop right there.
I see you want.
Would you want the ambulance to come pick you up after you have been doing something? No. That would be, and you make it, that would be embarrassing.
I can see her mind just, do y'all see it in her eyeballs there on the screen there? Her mind is going 90 to nothing about it. She wants to say more, but she's holding back. Raining
It's
hard.
on Freak Show.
There you go.
Yeah, that's the song.
What was that old song? She's a very freaky girl.
Yeah, that's weird. Just,
what was his name?
I don't know. But
The kind you don't take home to mama? Rick
mother.
James. Rick James.
Yeah.
We're getting reports now. They're raining hard in Philadelphia, Highway 45 you mentioned, and then Carthage, Highway 25, tons of rain in Carthage. So y'all be careful there. Here's another news story that comes out, and I think as time progresses, and depending upon who judges are, is how these things will turn out. A lawsuit has been put forth by a New Jersey professor over racial discrimination. And this time he's saying that his two coworkers who are black are making $45,000 more than he is, and they've got the same qualifications. We'll watch that story, see where it turns out. A lot of this goes on nationwide.
Yeah.
And in different races. It's all across the board. So another news story for you out there. Did you know that Mount Rushmore, I remember watching, you remember when Trump went out there for the 4th of July and the road got blocked, he got kind of shut down for a little while. But there's wildfires all around Mount Rushmore right now. They've had to shut it down and evacuated 500 folks from their home. It's drought.
Gosh,
And that's what they're doing right now. Look at all this fire stuff that's scorching the land.
Homes.
Look at that. Awful.
Just homes destroyed.
But boy, wouldn't that have been a scenery to have look how far you can see with those mountains. Beautiful out there.
And it's so scary because a wildfire could be started as something as simple as somebody flicking a cigarette out the window. You just don't. Just like that was so tragic years ago up in Gatlinburg.
Oh,
in the mountains when people were up there vacationing and there was people lost their lives and it was from some teenagers.
It sure was.
So that was very tragic and sad.
Let's see here. What else is going on? this is there. I don't want anything left aside if someone is being sexually harassed. I don't want y'all to take me wrong on this. These ladies that have stepped forward, if he's done all this, I want him prosecuted. But a lot of this is it's a smoke and mirror game to keep this away from the COVID thing that happened. He set it up to where his family members were on top of the list statewide to be taken care of before anybody else in those nursing homes were taken care of. Will the other overshadow it and this be dropped is what I say by that.
If they don't make an example out of this man, I mean, they need to be just removed from dealing with him. I mean, really, this man needs to be an example of what, the law needs to take over and prosecute this man. I mean, that's just horrible.
It is.
I mean, regardless of the woman's situation, I think that's a major issue too. But like I said, and I've said several times, the nursing home issue should be the first and foremost thing because there was so many lives lost.
Oh.
Over just
taking care of his family first instead of who he needed to.
Yeah, they said that he should have been covering the nursing home situation, and he was more, involved with his family stuff.
Right.
Which, I mean, don't get me wrong, I'd be wanting my family to be taken care of, but if I had a job that was running,
you have to follow the rules.
Right. I mean, you got to go by the rules.
I agree 100%.
People are adults and they're self-sufficient. They just like everybody else. You can get out there and go get tested just like everybody else. You don't have to have your brother or your son to come and just do it all. And what about Chris Cuomo? The brother.
Oh, that's on CNN?
Yeah. I mean, he seems like such a,
I see that. Oh, I saw that thought in your head, and I'm not going to repeat what you thought.
Headstrong, get things done, smart aleck is what he is, guy.
Yeah.
Let him take care of your mama.
Yeah. He could have stepped up to the plate. Could have.
He was the one with coronavirus out there in the gym.
Yeah, sure was.
Working out. Mm-hmm.
We got a data boy. Congratulations! Somebody had done a great deed, and it was a police officer. This is he come up on a wreck and was able to drag a person out of a car. If you'll look at that video there, coming there, busts the window out and pulls them out to safety, saves their life. Look at that. That was moments away from losing his life, and he got him out. That's great. As the video will start playing there in the right-hand corner there in just a moment there, if you're looking at that. We'll block that because we're over that. But
so thankful for people like that, like actual, sure enough heroes.
Yeah, and that is a hero. So, and that was in Arizona. So, salute to the boys that wear the blue in Arizona for saving somebody's life. That's a big deal. Now, I don't care who you are, where you are up on this planet, you have probably seen this before. 1968, I wasn't here yet. I come along a few years later, but I've seen it all my life. Elvis and the Comeback Special, the black suit. Of course, it's in Graceland. But up for this, would you want to own the guitar that that he played? It's up for auction.
That would be neat.
Now, how it got to auction, I don't know.
Yeah.
But they're expecting a pretty penny for this.
That would be neat to own. Now, I mean, I'm sure somebody will pay big money
for
that.
The figure I saw was $700,000 is what they're expecting it to bring. So, Elvis, if you want it and you got that kind of money, there it is. That's going up for auction there.
Oh, goodness.
That is a true piece of American history.
Yeah.
That's what I would call it.
What's that, Priscilla?
Priscilla. That is a picture of Priscilla there.
Priscilla's had some work.
She has. Now,
too much work.
I guess in my head, I still have her pictured like she looked in Naked Gun 33. What was that with, what was the guy? Leslie.
Whatever his name was, that was in like Airplane and all that kind of stuff.
That was funny.
Yeah.
I mean, it was
Leslie,
hilarious.
what was his last name?
Nielsen?
Leslie Nielsen, yeah. But I always thought Priscilla Presley was so pretty without getting all that stuff. There's so many stars, though. They're beautiful. I mean, even aging, they're beautiful without getting all that stuff done. Because I feel like once they start it, it gets a little out of hand.
It does.
And then you got to keep it up. And then if you don't do it, everything kind of goes back to...
It falls apart.
I mean, I would think it would...
That does happen a lot there.
Anyway.
But and then, you get to Lisa Marie, and then you get into the grandkids, and he lost his grandson.
Yeah.
It was drugs.
It looked like him. Of course,
did.
I think Lisa Marie looks just like him, his daughter.
Sad. And she, does she even sing anymore? I know she tried a little bit here, there, and yonder.
I don't don't know. I don't keep up with her, but
They went back and done a remix with him and her singing one of his songs, but they ain't never been but one Elvis.
yeah, that's right.
I read something one time to where his vocals, one of the very few that hit the highs and the lows. He could do it all in between. It was like the perfect example of a voice that could hit all ranges was Elvis Presley.
Yeah.
Let's take a moment and talk about, well, that thing that you got sitting right outside that when it doesn't work, it kind of disturbs you. And what we're talking about, well, is your central air unit. If you have not had your central air unit looked at this year, in the next couple of hours, you're probably going to want to turn that heat on it, that heat pump. Then the next day, you're going to want to switch it back to the air. That happens a lot here in Mississippi and Alabama.
It does.
But Sanders Gas can come out and give it a tune-up. Make sure it's working right. Get you some new Freon in there. Work on it. If you need a new one, they can fix you there as well. Also, as we get this bad weather impending upon us, as we know trees go down and you lose power, talk to them. My mother-in-law just ordered one from them. If you need a way to get, well, take care of it, no electricity, they've got these generators through the Generac brand. You can find them on 22nd Avenue. Go down. They'll come out to your house, do a survey of it, look at all your electricity of the loads that you need, and then put the particular model that'll carry your house. And when I say the model and carry your house, everything. You won't have to just run a refrigerator or turn one light on.
Just a little lamp.
Yeah, this is everything in your house. It's like you hadn't lost electricity. And it runs off propane. Here's different pictures of it, the way it can look in your... That doesn't take up much space at all.
And it looks nice.
It does. It blends in. You can put flowers around that and won't even know it exists. You know, back in the day when your only choice was the diesel engines, they were a monster in your backyard. And you had to build a wall.
Is that the one with a pull cord?
Well, they have those too. I was talking about that huge kind.
Yeah. I don't even want to think about having to get out there if I had to get out there and pull a cord.
Yeah, because...
You should have seen me trying to pull the cord on the blower the other day.
Well, see, you don't crank it for long, and this gas that we got now gums them up, and it won't work when you need it in an emergency. Yeah. This turns on every 2 weeks, tests itself, and if there's a problem, guess what? It's going to text your phone and say, hey, I got an issue. Come fix me.
Oh, gosh, that's nice.
But here's my model outside my home. I hadn't done any decorative flower work whatsoever around it. That's Angie's job. I just want to point that out. But this is how this works. It's put in, this is your electricity. This turns it on. It makes sure this is your power to your house. When this goes off, this box turns on, and then within 20 seconds after it's sure that the electricity is off, it turns on to take over your house. That simple. You don't touch anything. Can you imagine? There's another angle. Nice. So see them at Sanders Gas. They can help you get a Generac generator, or if you need to have your air conditioner done, if you've got gas locks, they do all of that. And, of course, they put gas in your tank, too. How about that?
That is.
Yeah. Let's see.
We need to
say good morning to Pat Harris watching, also Kathy Bozeman. Thank you for watching. We appreciate that. Let's go back over here and take a look at radar real quick. We want to make sure that we're up to par on everything with the rain this morning. Let's make sure. Let me turn these off and turn radar off, and we're going to check to make sure that there's no warnings that sometimes slip in the back door when you're not paying attention. And let me pull this up so everybody can see. At the present, we don't have any warnings yet in the state of Mississippi, which is good. We do have some thunderstorms going on there. Let's turn this back up here in the Knoxville County area. This is going to be Kemper County, northern Kemper County. It picks up. Sugar Lock, it is pouring buckets of rain there all the way north. Let's turn on locations. Yeah, that's all of these right here. This popped at 9:24 a.m. about 10 minutes ago. That was hitting at 9:30, 5 minutes or so ago. That was at 9:24. Back at 9:30. This is the front edge of this storm. It's got two punches to this storm. One is just on the other side of Highway 45, which will be at Denmore within 16 minutes, Beavertown in Alabama within 35 minutes. This second storm that is approaching Sugar Lock, let's see here, we'll be at Sugar Lock in 19 minutes. So Sugar Lock, y'all get ready. You got another storm headed your way. Again, no thunderstorm warning, but heavy rain all the way from Preston, Mississippi, up here to this Nanawaya area across all of southern Knoxville County there, from Brooksville on down. We look at our friends over here in Carrollton, Alabama. A lot of rain with y'all also. Pickinsville, Aliceville. Ooh, a lot of rain.
Yes, it is. Now, a rainy day, get your rain boots on. Get ready.
That's right. Still free of rain in Lauderdale and also Newton counties. a little bit in Kemper and also a little bit in Neshoba County, as Neshoba County has a lot of rain coming down. Mostly northern Neshoba County, they're headed toward the areas that we've already talked about. So be careful. We're going to watch this throughout the day to make sure that you are safe 100% of the time.
Yes.
Very dark in Linville, Lynn Swain just said. And you look at that area that she's talking about. Let me turn this back on to show what we're talking about when she says it's very dark. Right here, oh, I didn't turn the screen on. Right here, this is where Linville Church is, the Methodist Church there is. This is at Preston, already pouring at Preston. And this is what is approaching. If you're in Linville area right there, this is why it's dark. It's coming. Mm-hmm. Be ready. So, did I paint a picture?
Yeah.
Okay, I want to make sure everybody understood where and what it was. But no warnings. We're blessed at the moment. And you've got
hair back here.
Uh-oh. Well, we would like to thank everyone for coming in and joining us this morning. We mean it. We thank y'all so much.
We do. And I enjoy this. I enjoy, kind of visiting with everybody on screen with the comments and everything. And I feel blessed that I'm able to do this. And I appreciate y'all. We both appreciate y'all so much.
This has been truly a blessing from God for this to take part and be a part of it. And we can't do it without y'all.
I know.
So as often as you can, share it, invite your friends, and follow. And I'll be back later, I'm sure, with more weather updates as today progresses as we get it going. And Candace, thanks a bunch.
Thank you.
All right, we'll be back.
Have a good day.
Scotty Ray's Weather is brought to you by